So my first task is to find the probability density function, given that we've been given the cumulative distribution function as in the question. So the cumulative distribution function is 1/8 x squared minus 1. You see that here. If we remove the brackets, it becomes x squared over 8 minus 1/8, as you see here. Now to find the probability density function, we have to differentiate. So if I differentiate x squared over 8, the 2 comes down here. It goes into the 8 4 times, we're left with x over 4. Obviously if you differentiate a constant, it becomes 0. So the probability density function is x over 4. Now to find the mode, we need to find the highest, the point at which the probability is at its highest, and we normally do this by way of a sketch. So it's I've sketched remember I'm sketching the probability density function, so x over 4. So from x is 1 up to x is 3. So if I substitute 1 in here, I get 1/4. So we see that 1 lines up with 1/4. The 3 lines up with 3/4. And we basically have a trapezium. Now the height, or the distance between the two parallel lines is 2. If we add the parallel lines together, 1/4 and 3/4 will give us 1. If you remember the formula for an area of a trapezium is a half of the height times the two parallel sides, and that will be a half times 2, which is 1 times 1. 1/4 and 3/4 is 1. So you can see it satisfies the requirement to have the area under a curve equal to 1. So the mode, we can see then, the mode will be, just by looking at the graph, will be 3. To find the median, we have to set f of x equal to a half. So we'll get m squared over 8 minus 1/8 equals a half. And I have to solve this quadratic equation. So if I multiply through by 8, I'll get m squared minus 1 equals 8 over 2, which is 4. We'll get m squared equals 5. That's how I'll get m equals square root 5. I will need to take the positive value, and the square root of 4 is 2, so the square root of 5 is going to be a little bit larger than that. It's going to be somewhere about here. So we'll work that out now on a calculator. So for the quartiles, we've got f of m, so remember f of m is x squared over 8 minus 1 over 8. That will equal, I've changed it into eighths so we can solve this more easily, it will equal 1/4 for the lower quartile, and it will equal 3/4 for the upper quartile. So if we take the lower quartile, I rearrange this equation, I'll multiply through by 8, I'll have x squared minus 1 equals 2, so I'll get x equals square root 3, which is 1.73 to 2 decimal places. And then for the upper quartile, we'll have x squared minus 1 equals 6, so x squared will equal 7, x will equal root 7, and so x equals 2.65 to 2 decimal places. So there is your lower and upper quartile for this question.